Hello, everyone. This is T again. Hi, Empress 777 on YouTube and on Facebook. This is part 4 of 7 Years a Lie. Um, my my I'm sorry, but I'm feeling really weak right now. Not feeling too good, but I am gonna push through this so I can keep going. Um, uh, I 2017 to 2018, I moved from Atlanta, Georgia to Michigan with my significant other, my husband, my spouse, situationship. And in doing so, we really didn't know where we were going or who exactly was going to let us stay, who was going to allow us to stay with them. Lo and behold, his mother was kind enough to let us stay with her. Um, it wasn't the easiest situation. Everybody has their issues or whatever. But in doing so, it was always some type of BS going on. And we got into a lot of fights and stuff. There's a couple of them I remember um, that stand out. I I eventually found work there, and I worked my ass off. Um, didn't really hang around too many people or talk to too many people on the work, but just the mere fact of me going to work meant that I was cheating either with the person who was giving me a ride or cheating with a son of a gun at the job. And I can't say every person that I have been with was like 10 stars. No, they weren't. Try not to judge people. But typically, if I am with someone, usually they look nice. As if I am to them, they look nice. I don't like no ugly person. Everybody not ugly. I'm just saying I don't like no ugly person. I do have a preference. Color don't mean shit to me, but I'm just saying at that particular time, that's I wasn't into anybody. I was just into my husband, and the thing is, I was accused like every day of something crazy, that wears you down, tears you down, and like I said, I worked my ass off not only to provide for him, for me, to save up enough money to try and have an apartment. We end up selling our scooter to actually get an apartment that he had bought though. That was his scooter. That was a blessing. But that all before that, while we was in his mother house, boy, we were fighting. Like I got pulled down some stairs that had nails in them, and it ripped the back of my pants. And in doing so, I end up getting like cuts and bruises, and it was bleeding pretty bad. And on that day, we were expecting. I call her my baby because shit. I known that girl since she was 6 years old. She now 12, going on 13. That's my heart too. Um, Before she had come over, I had to hurry up and change my pants because I didn't want her to see that we had gotten into it or there was some mishap or something like that. I didn't need her to think of her dad as something other. I wouldn't want that for her. I wouldn't want that for my own children. And so, yeah, that happened. And then after that, not not too much longer after that, maybe a month or so, because I think his mother was giving us like 3 months to get our shit together, to get our own place, which wasn't too bad. Um, I would say before before the third month, I think it was in the second month. Um, he ended up he ended up he ended up choking the fuck out of me because I didn't move fast enough to get out the bathroom because his mother had to go to the bathroom. I had just went in and took a shower, and I was trying to get myself together to get out. Like, I really didn't know she had to go like that. If she did, she could have came in there and just went and used the bathroom. I ain't got no, I ain't scared if you come in the bathroom, use the bathroom, do whatever you need to do. I mean, that's no issue for me. But the mere fact that I got blamed for not moving fast enough to allow his mother to go use the bathroom, and she had to pee in a bucket because I didn't move fast enough at the fucking bathroom. How the fuck you gonna come at me and choke me out? That's not my fault. Dude, that's not my fault. That wasn't my fault. I asked before I went in there, did anybody need to go to the bathroom? At the time, she didn't have to go. So, and when that happened, I ended up having to gather all my shit once again and leave. I had to leave. I had to leave the house. I had to get my things and leave. I was no longer welcome there because of what he had done. I was no longer welcome there because of what he had done. He threw all my shit, a lot of my shit in the trash. You damn straight I'm going to go get my shit right back out the trash. That's my things. And yeah. And so I put them all in plastic bags they were in plastic bags. And I took them to the end of the street and put them in this tall grass because I didn't know really what I was going to do. I was up in a state that now I know that I actually do got family there. Evil as wicked ass motherfuckers there. I didn't know at the time that I had family there. I didn't have nowhere to go. So I had money though. I had money to get a place, like, to pay to stay somewhere. I thought about going to the hotel, but when I was offered to stay at someone's place where there was a family there, I went with the family, not knowing that what happened to me in Georgia was about to happen to me in Muskegon, Michigan. So he rode me. He came back up to Muskegon because he was in Grand Rapids. He rode me to the place where I told him I was gonna be staying. I don't like to wear underwear all the time, and I had on a dress, and when I showed him where I was going, because I had been drinking, I was upset, I was pissed. I showed him where I was going, and when we got there was a whole fucking line of men outside of where I was gonna be staying. So I was about to be fucking raped in that bitch. So he saved me from that. So I thank God for that. Because the room, I was showing my room. I was showing who was gonna be staying there in the house and everything. But that's not the bad part. The bad part is that motherfuckers had lined up so that they could rape me, and I didn't know. So when he came, we tried to get our money back. The little nigga was gone that I had given the money to. But yeah, he saved me from that, and I was very grateful and thankful for that. So I ended up getting my items from there, and we ended up going to a hotel and staying in a hotel from there. And then I had to figure out, like, where was I gonna stay. So I ended up staying at a woman's shelter until we would be eventually getting our own place there in Muskegon. We did eventually get our own place, but just like every other place we ever lived, it was tumultuous. It was hideous. It was too much. Even though I was working, it was either I was cheating or I was about to cheat, or, there was no peace. There was none of that. And things got thrown, got yelled at, got a knife, ended up getting a knife pulled out on me, telling me I was gonna be gutted like a fucking fish because I was ignoring them or not paying attention to them. It was very scary when the loved one, the person you love, pull a knife out on you or any type of weapon out on you. I got pans thrown at me that almost smacked me straight in my head. I eventually got the fuck on. And when I say I got the fuck on, man, I called my baby up. I called my baby up. Like, look, mommy need to get the fuck out of here. I was on the next Greyhound bus up out of there. He eventually found me because he was trying to look for me and see where I went. Because I left. I wasn't going to stay there. I think when I was staying at the shelter, and this is what triggered it. Before I left, this is what triggered it, is that he gave me his clothes to wash, because I told him I could wash for free at the shelter. I was going to wash his clothes and bring him cigarettes or whatever. And these nasty, racist ass, pretty ass white people promised me they would stop by the apartment and drop them off to him because I was getting ready to go. He was already on some shit, so I was like, just please drop these things off for me. And they said they would, but they didn't. And that's what triggered him come and look for me. He eventually did find me down at the Greyhound. I was escorted. I asked that big ass dude behind the window to escort me on that fucking bus because I was not about to go through anything else with him while I was there, 2017, 2018. So I ended up getting on that Greyhound bus and I went all the way to Minnesota. Yeah, I went to Minnesota. I stayed there for a little while in St. Paul. And then from St. Paul, I was flown by my children to Colorado. So, yeah, I was in trouble. And I needed help. My children were there for me. I don't think any of my family, except for my mother and maybe my aunt, maybe my uncle, one of them, truly knew the depth of how much trouble I actually was in. I was really close to death, and I myself didn't know. But I was always told, I really wasn't gonna do that. Blah blah blah. I wasn't gonna do that. No, I just got the shit knocked out me, and I kept on ticking. Like, I don't let shit hold me down. I ain't that type of girl or woman. I don't let nothing hold me down, hold me back. If I see something I need to do, even if I'm trying to fix somebody to make them a better person, man, I stick it out with you like a motherfucker, just to see you happy, just to see you like on that same level that I'm on. That's the type of person I am. I've always been. I ain't gonna say I ain't got my flaws. Trust and believe I do. Sometimes they're not always nice. But I love the people who I love, regardless of how evil or how mean you may be. I love my people. And yeah, I went to Colorado and I stayed there for a while, long ass while. In Colorado, got the best motherfucking what? But like a motherfucker. I ate some Snoop Dogg. I ate some Snoop Dogg candy. I thought I ate it like it was candy. Shouldn't done that. I ate a whole pack. I tore them up. By the time I finished all of them, I was in the bed, gone. I didn't wake up. I went to bed at like 3:30. I didn't wake p.m. I didn't wake up to the next motherfucking day in the afternoon. That's how good they were. But yeah, yeah, I left. I went to Colorado. I stayed there for a while. I was in non-contact with him the whole time. Um, I found out through family that he was looking for me, wanting to know where I was at, how he can get in touch with me. He just wanted to know I was okay, blah, blah, blah. All the shenanigans. All the shenanigans. Um, yeah, I was cheated on. I cheated too in Minnesota. I did. But I told him that already. He knew about that. I told him. But he got a bitch pregnant at that time. So I didn't get pregnant. I wasn't looking for that type of lifestyle. Get the fuck out of here. What? No. No. But yeah, that's what happened from 2017 to 2018. Part 4. I'm getting ready to work now on part 5. Y'all stay blessed. Keep your heads up. Live your life. Much love.